The Florida Atlantic man, Greg Joseph, ready to get this one started. And off we go from Soldier Field. They run it for the first time with Tony Pollard. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 24-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Play action. Now Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to let it go. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11.
No. 54's Mike. Check. Watch 54.
From the gun, it's Wilson. He's going to look deep for more. And that'll be incomplete. Now, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Fielded at about the 28.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now the first carry from Marlon Mack. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. On play action, they'll throw. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Cameron Jordan wreaking havoc with a sack.
Tremendous read and reaction by the defensive tackle. And frankly, partner, it's not that often the DTs have that type of easy access back to the quarterback. Never bought the play action fade.
Ready. 54. Mike 54. Let's get off the field, B. Let's get off the field. Hey, box truck.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Levante David. Then they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
36 power.
Blue 15. Mike 50. Blue Dan.
After the interception, here's Wilson. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
I'll go special.
On second down, it's Pollard. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did, to get them into a manageable 3rd down, because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on 3rd. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. He's going to let this one go deep. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. A big play there. 44 yards. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This is taken at the 3. He's going to be stopped here with a penalty marker on the field. I'm not sure what this is about. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Now a carry from Mack. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest game, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Here's a 2nd and 7. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
And an Eagles first down.
Set. 10-2 stop. 54. Let's make these babies cry all the way back.
On first down, it's Mack. Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the Bears' 37-yard line.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. This is Mack on the counter, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. A second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
And it's 3rd down.
On the ready. 58 to Mike. And what's delay? Check.
He'll look to throw. This is caught. It's Cooks. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 21.
But we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the #1 receiver double covered. But how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a first down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
They'll run on first down. It's Mack. He's got the first down inside the 10. And he's all the way down to the 6-yard line. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
General West.
They'll set up to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Well, that was point counterpoint, wasn't it? They decided to throw for it on 1st and goal. Instead, the defense counters with pressure, and the defense wins, getting a big sack.
They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12. Here we go on 2nd and 12. Looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Obi Melifonwu. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
Shoot! Watch the shoot!
He'll have a first down and more past the 20. And all the way up to the 35-yard line. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. This time Wilson will throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Barber. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That one goes for 30 yards. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this first down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Here we go, let's bring it. Let's go, let's bring it. Left. Hey, watch 7 on it. Check right 54. Hey, look. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Got it. 6 guys. Check 6 guys.
To throw is Wilson. And he's got the hook up to Moore. 19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Finding his way home for the sack that time, Taven Bryan.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Here's Wilson to throw. That is caught inside the 5. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes as the Bears push further out in front. Now the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls and you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1. On 3rd down, a run by Matt. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. Now, after the punt on that play, we've got a man down on the field. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. On 4th down, here's Lachlan Edwards to punt it. An 8-yard return there after a punt of 47. And the Bears take over. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But it's the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
Check 50, check 50.
On 2nd and 7, Wilson. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Chicago. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now as the Bears push further out in front. The extra point up and good. And that makes the score 21-0. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and which you also have to guard.
But that's caught at the 25. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. It's a big play there for the Eagles. 54 yards. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Back to throw here. And the grab by Croft. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
2nd and 5. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line.
Let's go.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection.
Check three. Team spill.
Penny, a first down carry. Man, this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
2nd and 14. And this is going to be intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half. And you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest. We're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here. But he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up the play calling to help him out a little bit.
Moving backwards on first down, never a good thing. What does that do for the mindset on second down?
Well, it changes your play call, definitely, because as a play call, you're advancing yourself thinking, okay, we're going to get a gain here. Now you've got to go back in reverse, come up with something to pick up not just the yardage lost, but gain a few extra.
Mike 50. Gotta go, in and out. Let's go.
Now this time he'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Barber. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That one good for 26 and a first down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Check 13. Alert. Check 31.
They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Preston Smith there on the stop. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. Now left side on the swing pass, and he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. He lost 2 there, and it's third down. Now that screen there on second down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there because trying it is one thing. We can second guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize that it's broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the first down on third down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
Wilson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 37. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
In your face. Check 50.
From the shotgun, Wilson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
On third down, it's Pollard. And he'll only get this to about the 35, well short of the line to gain. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. Not that time for Watkins.
You're trailing. You're trying to get points late in the half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. The open man is Westbrook. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Alert 3, alert 3, alert 3. No.
On the ground with a tight end. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal.
Hey, we got tight left. Out. 5 down. Still 14. Minus 50.
Throwing is Wilson. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Russell Wilson now with 4 touchdown passes on the afternoon as the Bears push further out in front.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a rush coming, and he's taken down. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them.
Hey, orbit.
2nd and 4. And now here is another interception. Picked up on Lavonte David. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. He was looking for Watkins that time.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
The Bears in good field position to start out 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Here's Pollard. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Well, he's looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it. Because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
380. 12. Hey. Check safety. 14, Friday.
Going to run again here with Pollard. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a 1st.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
Squeeze. Hey, alert. Hey, alert.
Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. It's a pickup of 3, but it brings up what will be an interesting 4th and 1. Here's Thomas Morstead now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. It'll be called just a 22-yard punt. Certainly not what he wanted. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Only a yard on the pickup, so from a good situation on 2nd and 2, it's now 3rd and 1.
And it's 3rd down.
Set 90 Wolf. 58 right there. Get that quarterback, D-line. Let's go.
They'll try and run for it with Penny. Well, he's taken down, but not before picking up the 1st thanks to a flashy little spin move. At 5 yards on the play there, as the drive will continue.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? That looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
Now Rashad Penny. And he'll get this up to about the 40. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go.
Now a run with Singletary. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. They'll drop the throw. And this one's incomplete. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf. And now it's 2nd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6.
58's the mic.
They'll look to throw. And they almost had another one. They are all over the football in this game. Nearly another pick. Now 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked so well, and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Wilson throwing again. He's got a man on the crossing route. That's Moore. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. 22 yards there, a 1st down. If you're a fan of old-school physical football, that play was for you.
No doubt about it. That play was for anyone who likes football. He did everything properly on that one. Great contact, wrapped it up, unable to jar the ball free. The only disappointment on the play for him.
On 1st down, Pollard. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
Mike 50. Hey, we're pretty good job right there. Pretty quiet. 12.
They're going to go with a tight end here on a running play. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Couple of plays sent them the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14. Open man is Westbrook, complete. And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 39. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Back now at Soldier Field. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Wilson. That is incomplete.
Let's phrase this delicately, okay? Might have had a better option instead of throwing the football into double coverage.
He was blanketed. I was surprised that he went his direction.
Yeah, should have thought maybe about the check down, take the completion, keep moving.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Back to throw. Westbrook. And he's going to let it go deep into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by DeMonte Casey. Now they get a fourth quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. They'll start on the ground. It's Rashad Penny, and they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. He was brought down by Kamu Grugier-Hill.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Come on, set. Ten logo. I'm here all day. I'm here all day. Now.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. He gets it to Cooks. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out.
Watch the flag. Watch the flag.
X3, 218, chopper.
Watch
5.
Mike 5-4. Mike.
Go.
They're going to look to throw. And this is caught by Watkins. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 14 yards there and an Eagle first down.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
On the draw, this is Penny. And, boy, this defense, again, really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Me and you all day. All day. I'm coming after you.
2nd and 10. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Matthias Farley. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times.
54. Move the team. 54. He's tired of me. He's tired of us.
Hey, easy. Check.
After the interception, here's Wilson. And he completes it to Westbrook. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 23 yards, the final tally. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, this is a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers.
I'll go special.
54. Mike 54. Check. He's checking.
14.
He's checking.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. His throw incomplete. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
14.
Right there. 54. Right there. 54 Mike.
2nd and 10 now. Wilson. He's going to wind up and air it out. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line. Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
They begin with a run by Penny, and he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8.
Pilot, 64, weak.
Rush in, rush in, rush in.
Ready, ready.
And they'll run it again with Penny. And he's got room. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Chance.
Blue draw Corkers. 5.
They'll set up the throw. He'll find Metcalf. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a gain of 16 and an Eagle first down.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now, they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out.
General West.
Penny. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 37.
A gain of 13 yards. And an Eagle first down.
So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Over the middle, that's caught by Metcalf. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 19 yards there on the catch and run. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now, because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Here we go. 18 Gator.
54, watch 54. Now watch run. Watch the shift.
6-6, pull it high. Get it.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Dane Cruikshank.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
I'm coming for you, son.
There.
Here's Pollard again. And this may be a carbon copy as he'll again be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
It's 3rd and 10.
2 runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10. And they'll indeed take a knee. So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears, and this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
Well, they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field, so you've got to like what you saw. What do they call that? A total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls, guys from both sides will end up getting one.
So for the Bears, you can't ask for a better start as they pitch a shutout here in the opener. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Green Bay Packers. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, they go down to defeat here in the opener.
Honey, I dash, got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, the man, oh, deal with the hands. Thought he could guard me, I ruin they plans. I do what I want, they do what they can. Got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, honey, y'all dash, honey, y'all. Dash, honey yard, dash, honey yard, dash, honey yard, dash, yeah. They can't catch up cause they lacking the stamina. Way too advanced to be playing with amateurs. They on attack when they tackle like damager. They react and play it back on the camera. Hot boy, just consider me flammable. Sure shot, I got all the intangibles. Need a leash, I'm a beast, I'm an animal. Heat the competition up like a Hannibal. Know the game like I wrote up the manual. I do weekly what you do on the annual. MVP, that decision unanimous. Big dogs, I don't think they can handle it. Battlefield, it's just me and my warriors. Guaranteed we emerge victorious. Years, blood, sweat, tears, it's glorious. I remember when they always ignoring us. Dash, got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, the man, oh, deal with the hands. Thought he could guard me, I ruin they plans. I do what I want, they do what they can. Got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, honey yard, dash, honey yard, dash, honey yard, dash, honey yard, dash, honey yard, dash. They slept on the team that they owe me. I need a ring and a trophy. I say I'm the best cause I am. It's no need in keeping it low-key. I can carve for the D like a turkey. I run straight through the D like a train. This year we ain't taking no losses. It's all about making the game. I hear a lot of trash talk. He call himself making a name. I put on the Jets. The coach will regret even letting them stay in the game. Team morale took a tumble. Next time be humble. I'm the lion in the jungle. You just try not to fumble. Rumble, young man, rumble. Never slip nor stumble. I take off, poof, magic. Now watch me juke through the